CBC Construction has you covered. From land clearing and drainage to roads and underground utilities, CBC delivers high-quality work on time and on budget. Locally owned and operated, CBC is trusted by schools, developers, and municipalities. To learn more, call CBC Construction 850-740-3815 or visit cbcconstruction.com. That's cbcconstruction.com.
Hi folks, it's Tracy from Tracy's Fine Jewelry. Santa called and he asked me to help everyone get ready for Christmas and avoid the stress and rush. So we've stocked the store and slashed the prices on all diamond jewelry. Whether you're looking for a certified diamond, wedding set, diamond stud earrings, or tennis bracelet, Tracy's Fine Jewelry has the best selection of diamond jewelry you'll find anywhere. And they're all on sale now at 30 to 50% off. From stocking stuffers to extra special surprises, shop where Santa shops. Tracy's Fine Jewelry inside Coin and Bullion Reserves.
Uh-oh, Brad's buzzed.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he's starting with the woots. And now a speech.
I just want to say that friendship is about heart and brain. Who's with me?
Good thing is, he knows when he's buzzed.
And my brain is saying, when it's time to go home, somebody call me a ride.
Love that guy.
Me too.
Know your buzzed warning signs? Call for a ride when it's time to go home. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
WPLQ Port St. Joe, WGSX, powered by Panama City Toyota.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Rise and shine, campers. It's a brand new day.
What a lovely morning.
Good morning, starshine.
You seem happy this morning.
Good morning, everybody. Thanks for coming in early.
The Coach James Hale Show is live and local. Live from the J. Michael Studio. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
I'm full of water. I stay hot tub.
Only a nickel for every time it heard that.
Hot tub, rubber dub, and hot tub, rubber dub, and me. Stuck in the hot tub. Yeah. Really made me sweat. Yeah. Stuck in the hot tub. Yeah. Really made me wet. Yeah. Well.
Show hadn't even started. We're going to get kicked off
Cat, what's up, Big Daddy?
It's not a good morning for me. My truck's trying to break down because I paid it off. My mother's in the hospital up in Kentucky, and it's cold out.
Then you got a dime, a quarter.
50 cents. That's
a 50 cents.
It ain't no quarter no more.
Hey, y'all weren't here yesterday. We had the Anytime Fitness.
Yeah, my invitation got lost.
She came in here, and I'm telling you what, that lady's incredible. But Wildcat, ever since then, he's been wearing his shirts really low. Look at him right now. Did you notice that when he walked this morning? Yeah, his shirt's way down to his belly button, and he's showing hair off. What's that about? Usually you're dressed,
I was flexing my muscles.
Anyway.
She was very pleasant.
Oh,
yeah,
sweetheart.
That's the word you're going to use, right?
Oh my goodness!
Anyway,
the whole show is on YouTube and Facebook and all that.
It blew up.
The whole
blew up.
Well, it's because I never took the camera off.
Do we got a caller?
Yes, we do.
Let's take this caller. Good morning.
Good morning, Coach. How are you?
Who is this?
Who is this?
I forgot that voice. I hadn't heard it so long. Who is this?
He's been on vacation.
Is this the Tennessee Volunteer fan calling to apologize about Vandy?
I'm a former Tennessee fan. I saw Vandy whip Sewanee in 1969. I think Glenn Manley was there at the game. But anyway, that's my first college game I ever saw. But I didn't call to make this about me. I called to eat crow and see if you wanted to go with me to the Poulan Weed Eater Bowl and watch Tennessee play whoever.
I'll go anywhere with you. I'll be glad to go anywhere with you. It'd be an honor.
There's a gay bar on 4th Avenue South in Nashville called Trex.
Hell, I got Wildcat in here. What Wildcat works here?
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, I know. Speaking of which,
there.
You're a waiter there.
I really. Yeah.
Glenn, we don't care what you are. If you're a good person, that's all we care about.
I know. I'm a nice guy. That's what the Metro Police call me. And when they used to Ralph, they say, that's the nice guy.
You and Rabbit Veach.
No, they said you're a repeat visitor.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that? Hospitality is always good. Look, man, from cab hauler to a South Nashville hog waller, I've caused trouble with those folks, and I respect them. And Glenn knows that. And I did talk about one of the great chiefs up there, Hugh B. Mott. I was talking to a cop about him, and he said, Mike, that's the only time I ever got shot at, when I went to check on his daughter. I'm like, okay, that's a true story. I didn't really call about that. It's just, this ain't the Time Bomb Show. I want to know what happened to Southern Miss the other day.
Hey, you're breaking up. I can't hear you. What? Hang up on. I can't get it. Hey, they blew it. They had Troy. They could have won the game. Maybe go to the New Orleans Bowl and play this Friday. I think it's Friday or Saturday anyway for the championship. But Troy, hey, you know what? Troy's got a great program.
No. Don't get ahead of yourself.
What?
You got to go up to Harrisburg, Virginia, I think, and play at James Madison.
Well, he's leaving. He's going to UCLA. He's done.
Okay.
He's not focused in.
Well,
Troy's going to get it done.
He's been there yeah. I hope Troy will get it done. Actually,
I do too.
Of course, since I'm a true alumnus of there, I think that's the right ending to that word. Alumnus, not alumni, because that'd be plural. Anyway, I just want to say congratulations, Vandy. Congratulations, all of you that like Vandy. Right. And I've had many good times there, and I've gotten in a couple of fist fights. And, let me tell you, I'm going to leave you with a rhyme from 1974 when I saw my first high school playoff game, and the beloved Maplewood Panthers were whooped by Father Ryan, another one of those Confederate poet things like you used to went to, but they still call him that. But
they changed all the names of those in Montgomery. They no
yeah,
longer
well,
exist.
I mean, Ryan's private. They didn't do that.
Sure.
They can do that.
Yeah.
Anyway, but so Maplewood had that night Mike Pike and Ricky Bright, Preston Brown, EJ Jr. and Hale, the big Hale boy that played 4 years at Vandy.
Yeah.
And Ryan still whooped them.
Wow.
So it just goes to show you, if you got some great SEC players and a couple of mighty whites, which Pike and Bright were mighty white.
Hey, Mike.
You still can't win.
Yeah, but
don't hang up. I got to ask you a question.
But EJ Jr.'s mom was the assistant principal at Maplewood.
Yeah.
Yes, and she moved to your alma mater. I told you that one time.
Yeah, she did.
That was when you were out of town.
When you were at Troy, did you ever hear of a guy named Rick Rose, the head football coach? I don't know if he was there.
Well, I was there.
Yeah,
I wasn't there when he was there. Have you ever heard of Larry Blakeney?
Yeah, I know Larry Rua. Yeah.
Okay, well, whatever. Anyway, he was. I went back to school late. I dropped out.
Yeah, Larry's wife did a great job selling real estate. He'd hire somebody. Well, you'd have to go buy a house from her.
Well, I will if I ever.
He likes changing coaches all the time.
Listen. I got one more thing to say to you. Lee Trevino turned 86 Monday.
Wow.
And he came up in an era when we could joke around about ethnicity. I want to tell you a Lee Trevino story from the Nashville Golf Tournament. He's playing with Juan Rodriguez, a.k.a. Chi-Chi. Chi-Chi's from Puerto Rico, okay? Mm-hmm. A lot of people, he's passed now. Mm-hmm. But he's walking up the 18th hole there in Nashville at the Gaylord Springs or whatever they call it. And he sees a row of outdoor toilets. And Trevino says, "Hey, Cheech, look over there. They got Puerto Rican condominiums." And Chi-Chi didn't bat an eye. He said, "Yeah, we let the Mexicans live in the basement." Y'all have a great day. Love everybody.
Yes, sir.
And hey, listen, even Eddie.
That was awful, Mike.
I didn't laugh. I did not laugh.
Oh, yeah,
that
y'all are woke.
me.
Listen, Vanderbilt is headed for a date, I think, with Michigan in one of those.
Citrus Bowl, baby.
I think so. Y'all have a good one.
I'll take that back. Probably Texas.
So real quick, my uncle played in a pro-am one time. And I can't remember who his pro was, but another guy in the group was playing with Lee Trevino. And this other guy was one of those guys that just, he'd hack it around.
Played with him?
Yeah. And he'd have a fit and, throw his clubs and scream and yell, all this stuff like that. And said Trevino just kept side-eyeing him the whole time. And then finally, after I think he kind of left a bunker shot or something like that, and he's hollering, yelling at the clubs like that, and said Trevino just calmly as could be looked over at him and says, sometimes it ain't the arrow, it's the Indian.
That's right. That's right.
Just walked off.
Glenn, that fits you to a T.
Yeah, that's right.
What do you got locally going on?
Well, I didn't see any scores from last night. Nobody turned them in. But tonight, going on, North Bay Haven is hosting Franklin County at 7:30 in boys basketball. And in girls basketball, North Bay Haven, the girls is hosting Franklin County at 5:30. That'll be over at North Bay Haven. Arnold hosts Rutherford in girls basketball at 5 o'clock. And then in boys soccer, Bay is at Freeport. And Mosley hosts the Rams. I'm sure that's probably at Tommy Oliver. And then in girls soccer, Bay's the girls are at Freeport. That starts at 5. And then Leon girls come over and play Mosley. So that's all that's going on tonight. I'm sure there's I think there was a weightlifting meet yesterday. I think it may have been the county, but I didn't get any results. But girls weightlifting is getting ready to finish up pretty soon. So everybody get out there and watch those. Now those girls, they're intense when they. I tell you what, it's a lot more fun watching them than it is the boys because they get into it and they cheer for everybody.
That's what I was going to say. I actually went to a state when it was at Arnold several years back, and that was what was so fun about it is they're competitive against each other, but when one of them's going for a record or something like that, everyone in the building comes around and supports that. It was really neat to see.
It is. So, congratulations to them. So get out there, and a lot of games for tomorrow night are all set. Usually Tuesday and Thursday, and then Friday are the big nights around here for basketball. So get out there right now. And it is soccer season, basketball season, and if you're an AD, you're working your you-know-what off.
Yeah, he brought up Troy, and we probably should cover them more than we do. It's just we tied in so many different things, but that's a great school. We used to go up there all the time. Larry, Bud Casey and Larry, they coached together at Auburn, and then Bud helped raise money at Troy for the school and for the athletic department, things like that. Had a show up there, a TV show and everything like that. But they always treat us great. The high school coaches did a great job when Larry's the head football coach there. But one of my guy that I truly love, one of the reasons I wanted to coach, Rick Rose, was our coach at Floyd, and we won a championship there. That was his first head job at Floyd Junior High back in 1971. We won the city, our division, and we lost, I think, to Goodwin in the Crampton Bowl to the championship. I think that was Goodwin. But anyway, he went on to be the head football coach at Troy, won a national championship there, and guess who the quarterback was when he won it? They ran the wishbone. Mike Turk.
Mike Turk, yeah.
And Turk's been on our show. He's the head coach at Huntington College. He comes on our show quite a bit. Matter of fact, we got to get him back on here and then within the next 6 weeks or so. But anyway, last night they had the committee picked. Did you get everything you wanted?
Yes, I did. That's all I had for.
Okay. Marie, I know you got your FSU coming up at 8:15, Florida State. We're going to change it up today. Got Mark McLeod coming on 8:30, talking about the Gators. I really like the new hire. I listened to him. He's from Huntsville, Grissom High School. Good old Alabama boy, loves football. He said something that was pretty interesting, too. He said, I don't hire friends. He said, I hire the best people out there for the job. I like that. Anyway, I think they did well. But the Gator Nation really across the board not that happy with, they all won Lane Kiffin. Matter of fact, we were told by all the experts Lane Kiffin would be the next football coach at Florida. It did not happen. And Florida did not, let's just keep it real. Florida did not back away from him. He didn't want the Florida job.
Here's the thing about Lane was never going to stay at Ole Miss. That was a stepping stone. What he really wanted, he wanted the Alabama job, and he was waiting. He was waiting to see what happened in the Iron Bowl, and everything. So then he just decided. And what gets me was he was upset because they wouldn't let him coach the team. I'm thinking you just left and took coaches, and you want to coach the team.
Who was the former Mississippi State coach, and he was a Florida Gator coach? I just went running. Dan. Yeah, he was. They asked him about that. He said, it's kind of more or less it's not a no-win situation. He said when we had to stay, I was working as offense coordinator, getting ready for the national championship game in Florida, but then I put aside so many hours for that. Then the rest of the time I was the head football coach at Mississippi State. He said it It really can't be done. He said, being honest and fair about it, you've already checked out. All these assistant coaches, they're going somewhere else, they have checked out. It's hard to do that. And this is a guy that knows exactly what he's talking about.
Right.
But it is what it is.
But the part I don't get is, well, there's a lot of parts to it I don't get, but would you prefer him not want to coach the guys during the playoff like that? I mean, everybody's coming after him like he bailed on them like that.
No, he didn't bail on him.
No, but you're seeing what it is. And look, everybody needs a villain in the whole thing. And he fits the bill in a lot of things. But what bothers me about the whole thing and the way he's being portrayed, it's like, you decided up and leave him right in the middle of the season. Tell me he wouldn't have preferred to do this after the season.
He asked if he could finish it out.
Well, but he would have preferred to make the decision after. He got forced to make it when he made it, and then he wanted to stay with him like that. And I hate that I've turned into the Lane Kiffin apologist and all this.
No, I kind of have too, in a way.
Yeah, I think because of the transfer portal and the signing date.
It's all this. Why don't they? You know what? Look at us right now. It's National Signing Day. We don't even care.
What everybody's doing, us included, and everything in the media, is we're arguing over the symptoms and not the disease. The disease is
Saban said it best.
Yeah, he did.
Said it best.
Yeah.
And the thing that's really bad about it is it's fixable.
All they got to do is change the calendar.
It is fixable.
Right.
Will they do it?
No, they're not going to do it.
Because
it's more fun to argue about the symptoms.
The greed of trying to get high school kids an extra semester, get them in there early, which we used to never do.
Right.
And there's still a way to do it and still sign. They used to do it even when they signed in February. They still had
maybe that's why they're not as developed a players.
Yeah.
Because, you cannot argue they're as well developed a players now as they were 10 years ago.
Yeah. All right,
they may be more athletic. They're not as well developed.
Let's take a break, talk about some of our great people. Today is Wednesday, world famous J. Michael Spaghetti, only on Wednesday. You'll absolutely love it. Come check it out. We'll be there around 11 o'clock, 11:15. Be there or be square. I tell you, they got great steaks, burgers, pork chops, seafood second to none. But I tell you what, that world famous J. Michael Spaghetti, they only do it on Wednesday. It will be packed out lunch and dinner. Now, if you're over at Lynn Haven, Pat Purnell, the city commissioner over there, is incredible. Love that guy. Go over to Beef Over Braised Day, 10 wings inside. You will absolutely love it. And if you want to watch all the games right here, a matter of fact, listen to the SEC championship game right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. I think we start coverage around 2:30. Kickoff, I think, is around 3:15, something like that. But get out to Beef Over Braised, watch all the ball games, have a great time, and tell them Coach sent you. Now, Wildcat, I don't know how many more days we've got to Christmas. What, 22, 23?
22 days.
Good gracious.
So it's coming. And we're going to get something special for Glenn. Remember we talked about going in together? I'm not giving money. I'll go look, but I'm not giving money.
I'll tell you what you need to do is go on their Facebook page, because every single day they offer some new kind of discount on their Facebook page you can take advantage of. Take your jewelry into there for a free inspection and cleaning. They have a new selection.
Ask for Russ, ask for Amber.
They're all there, ready and willing to help, and they've got crazy good prices. And until Christmas, they're open from 10 until 2 on Saturdays, which is kind of neat. We're talking about David Adams and Designer Jewelry, 830 Highway 77.
I thought we were getting him a gift card to the nursing home.
I'll take it.
Well, we were going to, but none of them
were trying to keep that quiet. We were trying to keep that quiet. Anyway, hey, the 49ers do anything this year? They've been pretty good.
They're doing pretty good.
Okay, Russ is probably happy.
Russ is happy.
All right. I tell you what, baby, we don't care how cold it is. It was cold last night. It's going to be cold tonight. It doesn't matter. You got Stevenson Air Conditioning, you got it made. If you don't have Stevenson Air Conditioning, you need to make sure you get them. If you have any kind of problem with an old unit that just runs, that power bill's going through the roof, go local. Don't go national. Go local. Go Stevenson Air Conditioning. Jason graduated from Mosley High School. That guy is incredible. One of the most honest, hardworking guys out there. Their trucks are throughout Bay Point all the time because my buddies listen to me. They all know Stevenson Air Conditioning is the way to go. We'll be right back with Eugene, Glenn Manley, with Brian, with Wildcat. And we got a phone call. Oh, we got a coach from Bay High School. Coach Memon, Bay High School basketball. He's got a pretty good assistant coach over there, doesn't he?
He does.
Be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida. The Paul Feinbaum Show.
In the state of South Carolina, some little boys and some little girls grew up to be Gamecocks fans. And this time, come Saturday, we'll be on Stunk All Day Wholesale and they be crying, eating that leftover Gamecock turkey sandwich. 50% off all chickens. Let's go, Clemson Nation.
Paul Feinbaum, weeknights, 6 to 10 on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Joanna with your weather forecast from ESPN Northwest Florida on this Wednesday. Partly cloudy this afternoon and evening with a wind around 7 miles per hour coming out of the north and a high of 58. Tonight, look for a light wind and partly cloudy skies with a temperature near 48. Tomorrow, a high around 58 and light sprinkles. Friday, quite warm with a high of 69 and light sprinkles. This weather forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for keeping that dial at ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Looking for dependable civil construction in the Florida Panhandle? CBC Construction has you covered. From land clearing and drainage to roads and underground utilities, CBC delivers high-quality work on time and on budget. Locally owned and operated, CBC is trusted by schools, developers, and municipalities. To learn more, call CBC Construction, 850-740-3815, or visit cbcconstruction.com. That's cbcconstruction.com.
Reliable Copy Products is proud to be the exclusive dealer in Northwest Florida for Kyocera office equipment. Reliable Copy Products has been committed to providing professional, personalized service for the last 35 years. They understand that the right equipment does not always fall within today's budget requirements, so they offer several options for the equipment you need today for the growth you expect tomorrow. Call James Smothers at 784-6601. 784-6601. Reliable Copy Products on Harrison Avenue, just north of Bay High School.
He's a beacon of light to many and an inspiration to all. The Coach James Hale Show.
Pro-gun, pro-flag, and pro-Pisha.
Live from the J. Michaels Studio. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
That Christmas music. This gets me in the spirit right here. Elvis, that's one of Elvis's first songs. Glenn, you wrote this back in 1954, didn't you?
Yeah.
You and Elvis were tight, bro.
We were, baby.
The women, they scream for you, they scream for him, they scream for ice cream. It's amazing.
Yeah, they're screaming help.
Hey, did you have something from Richard Sanders, the legend? What's going on with that?
Yeah, of course, you come to me when I turn my phone off. Yeah. So anyway, we had 38 youth football teams here. Youth? Perfect music for this. Yeah. 38 youth. The Utes.
The Utes, yeah.
Football teams at Publix. It is the AAU football tournament.
How many teams?
38.
Man, that's money in this county's pocket.
More than 37.
We need a statue of Richard Sanders up there.
And they're going to be here
Thursday
incredible. Through Sunday. So good luck to everybody.
County commissioners, Neil Dunn, all you guys, Griff, we need to do something for Richard Sanders. That guy's done so many for Bay County. It's amazing what he has done. And then somebody else has done a lot of great things for Bay County. He's on the phone with us right now. Glenn, I'll let you introduce our wonderful, outstanding head basketball coach, Bay High School. Take over, Leroy. Go ahead.
Leroy Jethro Gibbs.
Eugene.
Yeah. No, we have Coach Mike Memon of the Bay High School Bananas. Yep, that's sir. He's been around
Morning,
here.
guys.
Everybody knows him. He's been around the county, but he started out at Bay High School. And I let
he's
him
back at Bay High School.
He's back at Bay, and we're glad he is. And we're glad he brought his son with him. But I accuse him of recruiting when he came from Choctaw and brought his son. But that's all right. So, Coach, how you doing this morning?
Hey, do me a favor. Tell everybody give us your background, where all the places you've been, where all you've coached.
Hopefully we got that kind of time. So I started at Bay, I think in 04. I was here for a few years, coached with Matt Anderson and Mike Grady as an assistant. Then I took a head job at Bozeman to start my career. I was up there for 8 years. I was the basketball coach, and then I became the AD when Tillman left there. Then Mosley came calling, and I went down to Mosley for 3 years, had some success there, and then went over to Choctaw for 3 years. Had some success there, and wife wanted to come back home, so now I'm at Bay for this is my second year back at Bay.
Yep. And then I had to write him a check, too, so I can't tell you the amount. But anyway.
You're going to have to go write me one in a minute.
Yeah, Coach, talk about you got a pretty good staff. You got some knowledgeable people there with you.
Yeah, we were fortunate enough to pick up Coach Ross from Rutherford, so that's been a tremendous pickup for us. I mean, that might be the free agent of the year.
one of those things where he just brings, so much experience and knowledge and, in practice coaching in the games, just culture stuff, everything. So it's been a real blessing to have him on staff. Another Bay High guy as well. And then Jamal Kane does my JV. Jamal was here, I think he graduated in 09 or 08. I got to coach him a little bit as an assistant, and he's kind of grown up now. He's got a little kid in 4th grade, and, he's coming through the ranks. I'm sorry, 5th grade now, and he's coming through the ranks. So he takes over our JV, so another Bay High guy there. And then we got some other volunteer coaches that are all Bay High guys. Brandon Troop and DJ Davenport's going to help out with the JV some. And so, it's been good having that staff together. They take a lot of pride in who they are and where they come from. And, it's just good to see Bay High basketball, produce that kind of, solid young men that just become, good mentors for our kids.
Yeah, Coach, you a little bit about your district. Who's in your district?
So we got 4 teams in our district. None of them are close. We got Pensacola, West Florida, and Fort Walton Beach.
Okay.
Fort Walton Beach was really good last year. They returned most of their guys. They'll be there at the end. And Pensacola, surprisingly, right now is doing very well. They were young last year. They got a new coach, the guy that came over from Escambia, David Williams. He's a kind of a Pensacola legend out there, and his son is the head coach at Pensacola, and they've been really well this year, as well as West Florida. So we only play Fort Walton Beach at the end of the year. The other 2 teams in Pensacola we don't play, so we'll see how it rolls in the district tournament.
Yeah, the other thing too is you're going to have the Bay Barnstorm Christmas tournament. Is that correct?
We are. We brought that back last year as a big time tournament in our area. It was really successful a long time ago, so we wanted to bring that back, and we had a great year last year. Really had some high level teams. Again, we have some high level teams this year. Ours runs December 29th through the 31st, New Year's Eve. So we'll have 3 days of games there, starting at about 3 o'clock. The first 2 days, the last day will start earlier with New Year's Eve at 12. But we've got some really big-time schools coming down. We've got Eastlake. They've got a 6'7" athlete that's, they were here last year, and they are really talented. Beach, Tennessee is going to be interesting. They've got a 6'8". He's like 280, just a monster. He's committed to Wofford in North Carolina, so they're coming down as well. So that'll be a good matchup. And then we've got some other Tennessee teams in Tipton, Rosemark, and some local teams as Crestview and Bozeman are coming over. So it'll be a good tournament for us.
Well, good. So, talk about some of your players. I know your son is looking at a scholarship somewhere I heard about.
Yeah, so Maddox is, he's a senior kind of now, and then, I'm getting old. Yeah, great for him. He committed the other day to Bob Jones University in South Carolina.
All right.
And, he's really excited to go play at the next level. They, did a good job of recruiting him, and we've been up there quite a bit. So it'll be a good fit for him. But, he's our leader as far as, like, on the court and doing all the right things. And we've got a team of 10 seniors, really, really deep and senior heavy. So another guy we got on our team is Spencer Astorga. He's new. He came in from Jacksonville. He's been doing a great job for us, at the guard spot. We've got a couple of the football guys back, and Zay Morgan and OJ. They just got back. They're getting in shape. They're really helping us there. Jemias Franklin, 6'7". He gives us some post presence down there. And we just have a ton of seniors around them. So with 10 seniors, and we have a couple, juniors, but no underclassmen on this year's team. And it's the depth and the experience is helping out a lot.
Well, good, Coach. Yeah. The other thing too, talk a little bit about how. Well, this is your 3rd year, I believe, coming in.
This will be my 2nd year.
Second year, okay. So, when you get my age, they all run together anyway. So, talk a little bit about coming back and what it meant to come back here.
Yeah, it was definitely, bittersweet. Choctaw was a great place, and that was a good experience for me. Got to coach some high-level talent. One of them is actually playing with the Hawks right now, so it's been good to see his journey. But now, coming back home to Bay, this is where my wife graduated. She wanted to be back home in Bay County, and it's been really good. The administration's been great last year. The AD is great. All our sports here are really thriving. Our major sports for sure. Football had a great year, and even last year winning 2 back-to-back district championships, and baseball won a district championship last year. We won a district championship last year. So sports has been thriving, and it's just good to pour back into the school that gave me my first start. That's something that I'll always remember kind of Coach Anderson giving me a chance to kind of coach under him and get to do things. And, it's been good to pour back into the community, and the community here is great. Bay High's got a lot of pride. They've got a lot of support, and I'm just thankful and blessed to have that.
Yeah, you had a mean old AD the first time you were here, so I don't know who that guy was.
Let me ask you something. You got a history. Wherever you've been, you've won. But what I like, wherever you've been, you've helped get these kids to the next level. Got a history of doing that. Now, you know what it takes to build a championship program. Looking at what you've got and what you're coming, can you turn this Bay High School into something big time and be consistent with it? Do you think there's enough talent coming up through the ranks to keep it going over there?
Yeah, I think we really do. I think, the biggest thing for us is we're not going to be as talented as Jacksonville, Tallahassee even. Pensacola is not usually as talented as those two cities, but the reason I bring up those two cities is that's our region anytime you get in the playoffs. So, your Rickards, your Godbees, Bishop Kenny, Ribault, Rains, those type of schools, they're going to be more talented than Bay County as a whole, just in general. Sometimes even Okaloosa County is even more talented. So you have to have enough talent. They got to be coachable, and if you put them in the right position to be successful, you got a chance to make a run. I think we have that this year with this group. We're going to graduate 10 seniors, but I really am excited about our freshman class. We got a freshman team this year because we had so many freshmen come in. We got the majority of the kids from Jenks. We got a bunch from Mowat, sprinkled in with a couple here from there and in the other feeder schools. And, our freshman team, a lot of them play together with the Warriors, so they have a little synergy about them. They play with Coach Rusty and Coach Jamie, and so they have a little bit of connection right now, and I'm excited to coach them in the future. So I think, at least over the next 4 years, we're going to be pretty competitive, especially in our region, and be able to play for some district championships and see if we can get out of our region.
Yeah, well, Coach, we got to take a break. We want you to we'll call you next Wednesday, talk more about your schedule and how everything's going.
I tried to bring it back a couple of years ago, but I got shot down by, I can't say who, but I did. But anyway.
Thank you, Glenn.
Yeah, he knows who I'm talking about. Hey,
appreciate it,
yes,
Coach.
sir, buddy. We appreciate it. Thanks for the T-shirt, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem. First home game tomorrow night. We got Choctaw coming in.
Hey, Coach, a real quick question. Did you have to pay for those? Did Glenn have to pay you for those T-shirts?
I can neither confirm or deny.
I want my money back. He made me pay for it.
Don't accept any IOUs from him.
We'll talk to you next Wednesday. Good luck to you, Coach. I think about basketball, Bay County basketball. The first thing that pops in my mind is Coach Ross.
Yeah, Coach Ross.
All those years.
I go back to Coach Mills and some.
How many years have you been a coach now?
Coach Ross is since 2000 and at least 3 or 4.
That's what I'm saying. 25, 20-something years. We coached together. He's at Bay as an assistant.
Yeah, we coached together on the 2004 team that went to the Final Four. So we were assistants to Rob Williams. So
unbelievable.
Yeah, he wanted to coach his son, so that was great for him.
I tell you what, we're going to be 11 o'clock this Saturday morning down at that Cajun place. Cannot wait. Championship Saturday. We'll be there to watch the first game. 50-cent wings, $5 pitchers. You can't beat it. TV's everywhere. They open the doors at 10 o'clock. They got a brunch set up if you want that. If not, wait till 11 o'clock kickoffs. Watch all the big ball games. Then on Saturdays, they got the North Shore Jazz playing from 10 to 12. Then you got the NFL package, 27 TVs in there, NFL games everywhere. If you got that Saints shirt on, they score a touchdown, you get yourself a free Jell-O shot. That Cajun place, I love it. Rick, love you, brother. You do a great job there. Jan and Trudy, the owners, are wonderful people. Go check it out. That Cajun place, again, you can't get in the summertime, so it's kind of like they give back. And I cannot believe the regular season's over. It just flew by to me. And we had a great run this fall down to Cajun place. We've really enjoyed it. A lot of friends go down there. We have a great time. Wear your school colors. Go watch, especially Alabama, Georgia. But the big one that night, number 1 versus number 2, Ohio State, Indiana. There'll be a lot of people there for watching that one. Wear your Buckeye shirts and have a great time at that Cajun place. Hey, do you want to look better, feel better? We all can't be Glenn Manley, but we can try to feel like that and look like that. Go see Jason Kovaleski at Max Fit Sports Nutrition. He was in here yesterday, did a great job. You'll hear him again Friday. Max Fit Sports Nutrition. Now, he's got some friends, Wildcat, that Anytime Fitness, we're going to give away some Anytime Fitness free memberships. All you got to do is give us a call, 215-6290, but you're going to have to wait because Dr. Ward's going to be on the phone when we get back. So we'll hold off and do that when we get through with Dr. Ward. It's kind of hard to give away anything on Wednesdays for us. You know what? We got so many people lined up on the phone.
I know it's busy day. Even got Mark McLeod coming up.
That's what I'm saying. Wednesday's a tough day. But also, newbies. We got 4 great locations. Glenn favorites, newbies 2 on the curve, and watch all sporting events. Now, if you're over in town, the new beautiful blue facility down in St. Andrews, that place is crazy.
On the bay, right there.
Beautiful.
Yes,
beautiful,
sir.
Beautiful.
Yep.
Your picture's right in there in a special place. I like.
Do not take checks from this man.
Yeah, I like visiting there every once in a while. But anyway, we'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN.
Just aim carefully is all I can tell you.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
The Dan Patrick Show. Are the Niners good? Are they relevant? Are they threatening? Because I'm watching and I would say, are they good? They're good-ish. Are they relevant? They got Christian McCaffrey. Are they threatening? I would say no. You could end up with 10 wins and maybe not get in.
It's the Dan Patrick Show. Weekday mornings from 9 till 11. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Tired of boring merch and want your brand to stand out like the big names? Elevate your look with Red 7 Tees. They don't just print shirts, they create bold identities. They are a veteran-owned custom apparel shop providing the kind of detail that turns heads, using high-quality digital printing and embroidery to give you that unique style you love with no minimums or cookie-cutter designs. From small business to sports teams, if you've got a vision, they'll help you wear it proudly. Visit red7tees.com.
Ask for special ESPN Northwest Florida pricing.
Hale's here, you don't need to worry. If you're stuck without any heat, we'll be there in a hurry. Hale's here to help you right away. We'll be there to fix you up, call a Happy Face Truck today. Yes, Hale's here, so never fear, call the Happy Face Truck today. Hiller!
Happy holidays from the Hiller family. Take advantage of our current specials and deals at happyhiller.com.
When it comes to building smart and roofing right, TK Vandy's is the name you can trust. They're your go-to for general contracting, design, build solutions, and top quality roofing. From concept to completion, they deliver excellence on time and on budget. Whether it's a custom build or a complex renovation, they've got you covered. Literally. Call TK Vandy today and build something better together. TK Vandy, built with purpose, roofed with pride.
If you got more A's on your truck than you did in high school, you might be a Bama fan. Now back to the Coach James Hale Show on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about. That's even better. That's almost like having Dr. Ward on the show. Do it, Elvis. I can't believe Christmas.
I got to tell us live.
Let's bring him on right now. The legend. And I tell you what, these spoiled Gator fans, upset. Half of them are upset, not happy with the coach they got. They need to be thankful. They got a good coach. He's going to do a good job. Let's bring somebody with reason. Let's bring somebody that's fair and balanced. Let's bring the legend on.
I'm already on.
Thank you, Glenn. Dr. Ward, how are you doing, sir?
Having a great morning, fellas. How about y'all?
Couldn't be better. We got you on here. Hey, Phil Cobb, my buddy, he went down there until he calls me. I said, I went to Dr. Ward's office. I go in there, and I think as he's leaving, he sees Brian down there.
I was leaving.
Oh, you were leaving. He was coming in. Okay. So don't tell me advertising doesn't work. We're making you famous, buddy. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Hey, Doc, tell everybody where to get up with you. It can be deadly. We lost a strength coach at Houston because they didn't get it quick enough. It can be deadly. This stuff is serious business. What's the best way to get up with you to get checked out for skin cancer?
Just give us a call at 233-3376. We can get you in pretty quickly at one of our 8 area convenient locations in Panama City Beach, Santa Rosa Beach, Watersound, Port St. Joe, Deputy Springs, Bonifay, or Mariana. 5 minutes is all it takes to get checked head to toe and make sure your skin is healthy and cancer-free.
All right. Before we get into everything's going on in the world of college athletics, what's happening local? Anything going on? How's your daughter doing? Anything you can let us in on? Any kind of breaking news?
Well, soccer season's wrapping up, and actually we're going to get her into tennis now because she's really good at tennis too. She's got a lot of sports that she's optioned into. My son's going to stick with baseball, which is looking forward to the middle school baseball season over in Walton County starting up in January. It's going to be a lot of fun. Unfortunately in Bay County, if you don't go to UA, you don't have a middle school option for baseball.
Right. Well, hey, let me ask you this. Tell everybody what your daughter's name is.
Elizabeth Ward.
Okay. What grade is she in now?
8th grade. She'll be in high school next year.
That's crazy.
Makes me feel old.
Unbelievable. All right, let's get into Florida. We got to do our picks in the second. Around 7:45, we'll do our picks with you. And we'll get into that in just a second. But Summerall at Tulane, the guy's up from an Alabama boy, Huntsville, Grissom High School, good football player. I like that he is defensive-minded. I think Florida's going to have a physical football team. I think they're going to play extremely hard. They're going to be pushed. And I think he's going to hire a good offensive coordinator. Now, I don't know if he's going to bring the guy in from Tulane that was with him. They've got a good guy that was a national champ OC at Alabama's available. He was the head football coach, I think, with the Giants, and he's available. I was kind of hope he looks at him. But what are you hearing about the offense side of the ball? Have you heard anything yet, who he's looking at and what's going on with that?
I've heard 3 names they're looking at for offensive coordinator. It's Georgia Tech's current offensive coordinator, Tennessee's current offensive coordinator, and Cade Bell is Kerwin Bell's son, and he's offensive coordinator at Pitt. The 3, I really like the Tennessee OC, probably the best. I think his name is it starts with an H, like Pencil or something like that. But those are the names I'm hearing. Whether they go get someone else, I can't say. I really like Brad White from Kentucky as the defensive coordinator. They've already got him coming. The other name you heard, they might have gone after LSU's defensive coordinator, but it sounds like he's going to get the head coaching job at Tulane.
Wow. Okay, good. Okay. How many guys is he going to keep on staff that was there with Billy?
I definitely think he's going to keep some. I'd love for Billy Gonzalez to stay. I'd love to see, really, Billy's probably the only one I think we got to keep. But our running back coach, we should try to keep too, because apparently Jaden Baugh really, really likes the running back coach, and we got to do whatever we can do to keep Jaden Baugh at UF, because he could obviously enter the transfer portal and be gone somewhere else, and he will get paid a lot of money to go somewhere else. So we got to do whatever we can do to keep Jaden Baugh on roster.
I want to ask you this, really be fair and balanced about this, because I personally don't think he wanted him. How badly do you think Strickland really wanted Lane?
I don't think he wanted him bad enough to give him the level of control that Lane wants. I think LSU did basically say, "Come here and you can do whatever you want." I don't think Strickland was willing to do that. Another kind of key player in this was Urban Meyer. Urban Meyer actually said in an interview with someone that he felt like Summerall was a better pick than Lane Kiffin. Now whether retrospectively, you're doing that to make the fans think that versus whether you really believe that, that's one thing. I will say I'm really, really happy that we have a coach that is not repped by Jimmy Sexton. I think a lot of people can see that Jimmy Sexton is horrible for college football. Absolutely, he's a cancer for college football. And Auburn got a coach. Alex Golish is not repped by Jimmy Sexton, and our coach is not repped by Jimmy Sexton. Having Kirk Herbstreit talk about how Ole Miss should let Lane stay. That came straight from Jimmy Sexton. A lot of these stories that got out there about coaching searches planted by Jimmy Sexton. I mean, hell, the Florida State fans should absolutely hate Jimmy Sexton because Norvell was never going to get the Alabama head coaching gig. But Jimmy Sexton got him a really big contract extension, and now FSU's stuck with Norvell because they can't afford his buyout.
That's correct, yes.
But that's his job. That's what he's supposed to do.
Yeah, but
it is. You can hate him if you want. That's the guy's doing what he's supposed to do for his clients.
But here's what he should do. He should pay some of the buyouts so they can go because you're going to make.
That's not his job.
I know, but he's going to make more money when he
for
gets
his
the guys
clients and himself, right?
Well,
and let me ask you this, Doc. You think those AD, and they're smart, they'll do this. You think these ADs will get together and kind of start blackballing his some of his people like they did?
As long as he's got the best candidates rep, can you really do it? I mean, hey, right now the theory behind Penn State is that Jimmy Sexton's so pissed off at them for firing James Franklin that he's out there actively sabotaging the coaching search.
Wow.
Does he represent DeBoer? I don't know. I don't know if he does or not. Dang, man. That's something. I got to find that out. Yeah, what? I'll ask you that in a minute. What we got? Hey, look, he's telling me we got to take a break. Doc, one more time. To get up with you, give us your locations.
We can be seen in 8 area convenient locations in Bonifay, Marianna, Juniac Springs, Watersound, Santa Rosa Beach, Panama City Beach, and Port St. Joe.
I tell you what, they do great work. We've gone there. He's operated me several times. You don't want to play around with this stuff. It can be deadly. All it takes is 5 minutes of your time. Dr. Ward does a great job. I think everybody goes to him. It's unbelievable.
But he can't fix ugly.
What did that mean? Why did you look at me when you said that?
Is that what he told you, John?
He'll try. You're so mean to me. All right, let's talk about some of our other great people that we have. We have so many crazy. Stevenson, Eric, just love Jason, man. The legendary Chad Mitchell, one of the first doctors trained in robotic surgery. Listen to him every Monday right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. 27 years on Bay County sidelines. That'll be next year. But you know who he goes to? You know who sees him? Dr. Ward.
There you go.
Doctors are smart. They're intelligent people, no doubt about that. Local, it doesn't get better local than this. Steve Bertishaw, the swim coach at Mosley High School, he's been in business since 1979. Where are they located? On 23rd Street, right kind of across the street from Sam's. They got electrical bikes, new and used. They got the standard bikes. They got it all, and they will deal with it. They are incredible. And Wildcat, how many more days to Christmas?
22 days till Christmas. David Adamson Designer Jewelry has got new stuff out just about every day. Go on their Facebook page, and there are discounts, different discounts every single day. 830 Highway 77 in Lynn Haven. David Adamson Designer Jewelry.
We'll be right back. We got to take some pics and talk about how we did this past week. No, we won't. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. It's the Rich Eisen Show.
Well, this year, we might see an earlier exit. I'm finally believing it. The mistakes that they are making are costing them in one-score games. And then they just do un-Chiefs-like things. 10 penalties for 119 yards against the Cowboys. They did take the lead, and it looked like, okay, they're going to show up and they're going to boat race the Cowboys, and that's the end of that. Then the defense just couldn't stop a cold.
The Rich Eisen Show. Weekdays 11 to 2. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Joanna with your weather forecast from ESPN Northwest Florida on this Wednesday. Partly cloudy this afternoon and evening with a wind around 7 miles per hour coming out of the north and a high of 58. Tonight, look for a light wind and partly cloudy skies with a temperature near 48. Tomorrow, a high around 58 and light sprinkles. Friday, quite warm with a high of 69 and light sprinkles. This weather forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for keeping that dial at ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
For exciting college football, the best boiled seafood, and the most game day fun, it's Lone Star Boil House. Watch the games on their huge Jumbotron. Challenge your friends to beer pong, cornhole, and oversized Connect 4 in their new adult lounge. Lone Star Boil House is where the locals go for incredible wings, the best boiled seafood, and a new breakfast menu. Saturday and Sunday starting at 9. Crush the follow on Facebook to catch huge game day specials. Lone Star Boil House, 320 West 5th Street, downtown Panama City. Tired of boring merch and want your brand to stand out like the big names? Elevate your look with Red 7 Tees. They don't just print shirts, they create bold identities. They are a veteran-owned custom apparel shop providing the kind of detail that turns heads, using high-quality digital printing and embroidery to give you that unique style you love with no minimums or cookie-cutter designs. From small business to sports teams, if you've got a vision, they'll help you wear it proudly. Visit red7tees.com.
Ask for special ESPN Northwest Florida pricing.
This is Coach Stephen Pearl. Your home for Auburn basketball on the Panhandle is 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Now back to the Coach James Hale Show, live from the J. Michael Studio. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Grandma got run over by a reindeer.
Now that's a Christmas song.
From our house, Christmas Eve.
Is that what you have?
No. You can say there's no such thing as Santa.
We'll do that and get Doc off.
All right.
But as for me,
We got one we'll play after this to see if you like it better.
All right.
But I ain't going to tell you what it is.
I don't take.
All right, let's bring him back on right now, Dr. Ward. Doc, let's go over these picks. And I got a couple questions. We got to pick a couple of these championship games, break them down. But what we did for the year, and since we got this and the playoff games, bowl games to pick before break, it's not over yet, so we all can move up or we all can move down. But we'll start with Glenn. Glenn, you were at 73% on the year. Dr. Ward was 74% on the year. Started out really well. The winner, Brian, you were 80%. The winner was Jason Kovalevsky, 83% correct on his picks. That's pretty good.
And you were?
I was 110% correct on mine, as far as you know.
That's because all those games where you pick both teams.
That's right. Yeah, depending on what day I picked.
That's right.
Using the Coach
hell, we did it like 3 days. We had this show, we had the Thursday show, Friday. All right, Don, let's break them down. Let's see who you like in these championship weekend. I'm only going to do with 5. There's more. I don't have Troy on here.
Come on. You don't want Troy James Madison?
No, well, we can add it. All right, let's go. Doc, what's going to happen? North Texas, Tulane. Tulane just lost their coach.
Before we get into the actual picks, I got a message out there for Miami fans who are despondent. There are 3 things Miami needs to have happen in these games, and they will be in. Okay, so if you're a Miami fan and you want Miami in the playoffs, you have to have Duke beat Virginia because. Mm-hmm. Need the pressure on the committee to put an ACC team in there. Okay, so you got to have Duke beat Virginia. You got to have Alabama beat Georgia because you want Alabama. Not if they lose, they could put Alabama between Miami and Notre Dame, and then be like, okay, well, we're not going to look at the head-to-head. And the third thing you got to have happen is Texas Tech has to beat BYU. Mm-hmm. But I think if those 3 things happen, Miami gets into the playoffs. Now we can go to the picks.
All right, who you got? North Texas versus Tulane.
Both of these teams don't have – they kind of have their head coaches, but not really. Mm-hmm. So I think that kind of cancels out. I believe this game is being played in New Orleans, right?
New Orleans, yep.
So I think even though North Texas is, I think they're like a 2-point favorite. I think Tulane goes. I think they play hard. I think Tulane wins that game, but I don't think John Sumrall coaches them in the playoffs. I think at that point you get Sumrall saying, "Hey, I'm the head coach of UF now." So I think it's also going to be the last game he coaches at Tulane.
Yeah, I think you're right. Brian, who you like?
It's a tough one because this is everything, and God, I guess the winner goes. I'll just be different. I'll take North Texas in this game.
North Texas,
a little better record.
Dr. Eugene, who you going with?
I'm going to go ahead and go with Tulane. Thank you.
All right. Let's go BYU, Texas Tech. They already played this game, another rematch. Usually the team that lost the first one kind of finds a way to win the second one. Doc, who you like?
Texas Tech, I think they're just a better team. Crazy things happen in conference games, and you're right, Texas Tech won the first one. BYU, I think, had 3 or 4 turnovers in that game. And they are playing well, but I got to go with Texas Tech.
Brian?
Games in Texas. BYU will get a little bump because they are going to keep their head coach, and I know they love him there. But Texas Tech is this year's Arizona State. They're the team nobody wants to see in the playoff. I mean, I actually think they're pretty good. I think Texas Tech wins easy here.
Yeah, Texas Tech for me, too.
Okay. All right. Duke, you brought it up. Duke versus Virginia.
I mean, there's something about Duke beating teams that aren't really, really good, and I don't think Virginia's really, really good. Games being played in Charlotte, right?
Yep.
Right.
So Duke's gonna, kind of have the home crowd. They don't travel as far. I mean, an ACC nightmare could play out after Duke wins this and get no team playoff. And I'm there for it. I love it. I love chaos. I love hearing people complain. So let's go Duke.
Go Duke. Brian.
3 weeks ago, I think, in Durham, one of Duke's 5 losses was to Virginia. And so that was at Duke. So I think Virginia gets it done here, and the ACC avoids the nightmare scenario of not getting a team in there. So give me Virginia to save the ACC,
Glenn?
if you will.
Yeah, I'm going to take Virginia, too, also.
All right. Number 1 versus number 2. Indiana versus the Buckeyes.
I think Ohio State has not played their best football yet, and I think they will, and I think they will beat Indiana convincingly.
Brian?
I got a funny feeling this is going to be kind of a bit of a sloppy game. I don't think both teams know they're going to get in, and both teams are still going to be in the top 4. It doesn't mean anything, but I almost feel like it may be a touch tentative. I don't think everybody's going to show everything. I don't think everybody's. I think people are going to be worried about. Yeah, so I think Ohio State wins because they're deeper, but Indiana will put up a fight. This will be a close game, but a little sloppy.
I'm kind of agreeing with you, but I think I'm going to lean towards kind of like the little upset. I'm going to take Indiana.
Okay. All right. Alabama, Georgia rematch game. Alabama's best running back's not going to play. They're kind of beat up. What's going to happen with this one, Doc?
I could honestly see it going either way, but Georgia is playing in Atlanta for the second weekend in a row. I think Alabama got a big challenge by Auburn, got a little banged up. I think that Georgia wins, and Alabama better hope, because Alabama is not a lock, I don't think. They better hope they don't lose convincingly. If they lose and it's close, I think they're safe. But if they lose by 2 or more touchdowns and BYU somehow knocks off Texas Tech, I think Alabama could get left out of the playoffs. So
all right, let me ask you this:
it's really important for Alabama to, if they do lose, they got to lose close.
Okay, let me ask you this: what's going to happen if they lose close and they don't put them in? The SEC commissioner is going to go nuts. And then why do you play these games? Why would you put yourself at risk not making the playoffs? I'd say, you know what? We're not going to play the SEC championship game. Why would you do it?
Look, I think they would. I think if they do lose, it will be close.
Mm-hmm.
I think it will be competitive. But they've got to look good in this game. If BYU wins, Alabama has to look good. Now, if BYU loses, I don't think there's a question that they get in. But that you see where they are in that number 10.
Why did they move them to 9? Why did they switch them with Notre Dame? To me, I thought that was like saying we're going to get them in somehow, some way.
Okay, Hunter Yurachek is an idiot because his explanation sucked, and all he really needed to say was well, we had valued the win or the loss to A&M doesn't look as good because A&M lost to Texas, so Notre Dame dropped a spot. That is something anyone could buy. Like, okay, so that close loss to A&M doesn't look quite as good because Texas beat A&M. Okay, easy explanation. The whole thing, like, yeah, well, Alabama got ahead 17-0 on Auburn, and they ran the ball well in the first half. That's like.
I didn't hear all that. I didn't hear all that.
So stupid.
I didn't hear any of that stuff. I didn't watch it last night.
So stupid.
That's crazy. All right, but I'm just saying, you got teams sitting home not playing. They're going to get in. Oklahoma's going to get in. So all these other teams get in, not even playing a game. And you're going to penalize the team for playing in it. You want to keep the money.
It's the commissioner's own fault, though.
Yeah,
they wouldn't
I'm just saying what it is. That's BS.
Yeah.
If you're going to play in a game, you don't penalize them. Or why play it? You made the championship game, you should be able to get in. Now, if Alabama wasn't playing the championship game, I'd be raising hell the other way.
Sure you would.
Who do you like?
So neither offense is playing particularly well.
Neither quarterback's playing that well.
Both defenses look great. To me, this comes down to that key flip the field or pick six kind of turnover in this game. It reminds me a lot of what I thought going into the first one. I had this feeling Bama would jump out a little bit, Georgia would pull back because they make better, halftime adjustments, and they would win on the last drive. It played out that way. They just didn't score on that last drive, and Alabama hung on. Because it worked out for me last time, I'm going to pick exactly the same thing. I think Georgia comes back, scores on the last drive, and ekes out a close win. But what I'm really hoping is that propels Alabama to victory. To be honest, I think Alabama's defense is a little more capable of that takeaway score right now than Georgia's is. I think Alabama's going to win, but I'm going to take Georgia.
Okay. Glenn?
Well, you're asking an Auburn fan about Alabama.
About Georgia, too, now.
But there's a list of who you hate the worst. But I think Georgia, they saw what happened last time. I think Georgia's going to come back. Yeah. I think Georgia does it. Now, the other thing is, if Alabama loses, that's their third loss. And they said they weren't going to put three losses.
I was going to say, I'll go you one better. I don't think even if they lose close and BYU wins, I still think BYU goes ahead of them. Whether they should or not is different. I think that's what will happen.
That was one of the things.
If BYU wins, they're getting in. I'm telling you right now.
But here's the thing.
They hate to. Yeah. Go ahead, Doc.
If BYU wins, they are a conference champion and are automatically in.
That's right.
But
and
they
Texas
would have
Tech.
to leave, they'd have to leave Alabama on the 9 line for Alabama to stay in that scenario and not drop them down to 10.
I guess Texas Tech would stay ahead of them. I think if BYU wins, 2 from the Big 12 get in.
And you want Duke to win, right? If you're Miami, you want Duke to win if you're Miami.
Because if Notre Dame and Miami end up right next to each other, they're supposed to value the head-to-head, and they would have to put Miami ahead of Notre Dame.
Yeah.
So that as long as there's a team in between them, they don't have to do it. But if they're right next to each other, according to what they've done before, they're supposed to head-to-head is supposed to matter more than anything else.
Miami's got to pick up the 7-10 spare here. It's going to be tough.
Yeah. Doc, we love you, brother. We'll talk to you next Wednesday. And, hey, you think the Florida Gators nation will all unite now? And, they had players come there, former players, former coaches. They're trying to get everybody to get on the same page. You think that will happen?
Unity is already happening. People are even giving Scott Strickland the benefit of the doubt now. So we've gone from Billy Napier 2.0 to we like this guy to maybe Strickland's not so bad after all. Like that is the sentiment right now with Gator Nation.
6 games. That's how long I'm giving it. 6 games.
All right.
Although I like Summerall. I think he's a good coach.
Thanks, Doc. We'll talk to you next Wednesday. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you.
All right.
Let's talk about some of our great people, man. We got so many. And they're local. I love local people. Kyle Vandergriff graduated from Bay High School. His family's a legendary family. They got TK Vandy Roofing and General Contracting. It's not just roofing. They can do anything. They design, build, commercial, residential. That guy can do anything he wants to do. He is incredible. Looking for a roof? Call Kyle. They'll do a great job for you. Also, Turpro Pest Control. Patrick does a great job. Listen to him every Monday right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. If you want that yard to look like a golf course, he can make it happen. You got bugs in the house, bugs eating up your yard. They'll go away for good if you go with Turpro Pest Control. Go local. Go Turpro Pest Control. They are number one. Not even close. And nobody's more local than the legendary Glenn Manley. Go with Manley. fine products. Give him a call today.
Just go, Manly. Go.
Give him a call. He'll come over, and you'll be glad he did. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest.
I cannot confirm or deny.
Mornings on ESPN Northwest Florida just got unsportsmanlike.
LSU and Lane Kiffin both better be right. Because if they're not, the shine comes off of Lane Kiffin, but I think some of the shine also comes off of LSU's program, and they get relegated to a second-tier school when it comes to the conversation around competing for national championships. That's what LSU becomes.
Evan, Canty, and Michelle. Weekdays 5 to 7 on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Joanna with your weather forecast from ESPN Northwest Florida on this Wednesday. Partly cloudy this afternoon and evening with a wind around 7 miles per hour coming out of the north and a high of 58. Tonight, look for a light wind and partly cloudy skies with a temperature near 48. Tomorrow, a high around 58 and light sprinkles. Friday, quite warm with a high of 69 and light sprinkles. This weather forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for keeping that dial at ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
It's the end of the year and the perfect time to unwrap big savings on a brand new 2025 Kia from Bill Bird Kia. Ready for adventure? Well, drive into the holidays in an award-winning Kia SUV line like the Soul, Seltos, Sportage, Sorento, or the bold Telluride. If you want luxury and performance, slide into the sleek 2025 Kia K4 or K5 sedan, always designed to thrill. And going electric this year, spark inspiration with the all-electric 2025 EV6 long-range, fast-charging, and electrifying style. At Bill Bird Kia, you'll get comfort, safety, and technology, all wrapped into one perfect package. And don't forget, we're the original home of the 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. Stop by and see us at 2435 East 15th Street in Panama City or online anytime at BillBirdKiaPanamaCity.com. We'll treat you like family and give you the peace of mind you can trust. Bill Bird Kia, your local community dealer. Love your ride this holiday season. The 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty is a Bill Bird Kia warranty.
WGSX Lynn Haven, WVLQ Port St. John. Powered by Panama City Toyota, ESPN Northwest Florida. He's a 10-foot-tall, barrel-chested beast man who showers in vodka and feeds his baby shrimp scampi.
I'm kind of a big deal.
Please welcome.
Ain't gonna hurt.
Live and local from the J. Michaels studio, the Coach James Hale Show, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
I played that yesterday and you got mad at me.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
You're not Glenn. Alabama Update is brought to you by Steverson Air Conditioning. Steverson Air Conditioning, number one, not even close. Locals taking care of locals. One of the few things you can purchase and pay for yourself over a period of time. Your power bill is cut almost in half. It's incredible. Ask Jason Kovaleski at work what happened to his and at home. You're going to be glad you went to Stevenson Air Conditioning. I'm telling you, we have so many customers that have gone to Stevenson Air Conditioning, and they're glad they did. They'll tell you they're going to be there. Some of these other people tell you they're going to be there. I'll never forget this. We're coming out of J. Michaels. A guy goes, "Hey, Coach, I listened to your show." He said, I tried one of your sponsors. He said, I'd called who I usually deal with. I won't mention the name. He said, it was going to take them 3 or 4 days to get out there. I remember your commercial. I called them. They were out the next day, and they didn't charge me hardly anything I thought was a big deal, and it wasn't. He said, they got a new customer for life. That happened. That's the kind of people they are at Stevenson Air Conditioning. They're the most honest people out there. Locals taking care of locals. Truly great, wonderful people. That's Stevenson Air Conditioning. All right, Alabama. If Alabama loses to Georgia, a 10-3 Alabama team may or may not make the playoffs. We've been talking about it. If Alabama loses, is Miami in or is Miami out? Is Notre Dame in? Is Notre Dame out? I think Notre Dame's in. But honestly, I really believe this, and I could be completely wrong. I'm not. They look at this committee. They know what drives everything. How many TV sets will be turned on?
Yep.
I really feel pretty good Bama getting in 10-3 if the game's close, regardless of what happens. Alabama's the most watched college football team again this year. You average across the board, more people watched Alabama than Ohio State and anybody else. What happened when it was close with FSU? They found a reason to put Alabama in. A lot of people watch Alabama on TVs. Advertisement pays the bills. So don't tell me that's not a factor. Notre Dame. A lot of people watch Notre Dame.
They have their own network.
They get their own network. If they find a way to get Notre Dame in, I think they will. That's just me. That's just something I'm going to throw in there. Now, Big 12 is in. Big 10's in. SEC's in. ACC, we're not sure yet. Do you really believe they're going to keep out an ACC team?
Yeah.
If Duke wins, yes.
I do.
You don't think they'll find a way?
They kept out Florida State. They were 13-0.
But that was when we had, 4 teams?
Yes. No, I'm telling you right now, it'll be the winner of the North Texas Tulane game and James Madison, because they're going to win, over Duke.
Now, if Troy beats James Madison, they're done?
Yeah, well, yeah, because it would have to be Troy. Well, no, but Troy's not going to be ranked higher than Duke, I don't think.
No, they're not even near it.
So, yeah, Duke's only way is they need chaos like that.
So, if Duke...
But then again, should a 5-loss Duke make the playoff? No.
No.
I don't think so.
I thought you had to be ranked in the top 12 if you're one of the major...
Well, they'd be a champion.
It doesn't matter. You got to be ranked.
No, but they'll still take the 5 conference champions, I think.
See, I was told yesterday they didn't do that.
Well, maybe not. I don't know.
No, you got to be ranked.
They change the rules every year. So.
Yeah, I don't think they have to say. I think if Duke wins, then nobody gets in.
What they have on here right now is conference champ number 5 slotted in, and it doesn't say anything about it having to be ranked. So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think they have to take them.
What they need is a bowl game for the lowest ranked teams. The 2 lowest ranked teams get to play each other. That'd be the most exciting. And forget all this confusing nonsense
BS. That's probably the most intelligent
BS.
thing he said yet. You know, that was good.
It works. Sells. It would sell.
That was brilliant.
Thank you. I mean, that's what it's coming.
I mean, the American Conference could have a tournament. We lost our coach tournament. I mean, 4 coaches from the American are gone.
Coaches played the coaches.
That's crazy.
There you go.
All right, let's see. Now, let's look at, I'm just kind of looking at the thing. Is there any
scenario
way
I told you off air, I think might happen.
Alabama loses and we have chaos. Is there any way Vandy, Texas, Miami, we already talked about Miami, there's a way for Miami. What about these other ones, Vandy and Texas? Is any way, any kind of craziness happen where they could work their way in there? I don't see it.
Man. So the problem is you'd need Alabama to lose in that scenario. And yeah, they'd have one more loss than Vandy, but Alabama beat Vandy head-to-head. It's the same thing with Texas. Texas has one more loss, but they beat Vandy head-to-head, right?
Mm-hmm. And Texas, yeah. And they both just had big wins.
Yeah. I don't know if either Vandy or Texas can get in. I guess there is a scenario out there where a lot of stuff happens, but I think it all starts with Alabama losing, and that creates a lot of problems. The biggest problem those teams have is nobody down the line is playing. You know what I mean? Like Alabama's the only one that's down the line that's playing that could affect things. Notre Dame's not playing. A&M's not playing. Ole Miss, Oklahoma, Oregon, none of them are playing. The only teams that are playing, one that's ahead of them is BYU. They'd need them to lose. I don't know that there is a way forward for Texas or
and that's
Vandy.
what I hate about this thing. You can't tell me James Madison's better than Texas or better than Vandy.
Because I think in that whole scenario, Alabama as a 3-loss team, to me, playing in the championship game, gets in over Texas. And I don't think they'll jump Vandy even with one less loss. So to me, if you had all that happen, I think they still take Alabama.
I think they're moving to Alabama to 9.
I think Sunday night when all is picked, I think they start checking bank accounts for these committee members.
The biggest thing Notre Dame has going for it isn't just their name and all that. It's they followed the time-honored college tradition. If you're going to lose early.
Right.
And they lost, their first 2 games, and they've won 10 straight? I mean, I know they haven't played the same level of competition, but based on the eye test, Notre Dame, to me, is one of the top 12.
Well, Alabama's getting on top of everything. We talked about Ohio State, Texas, give them both credit to even schedule that game.
Sure.
But Alabama now has dropped. They're going to change their schedule up. Alabama, South Florida, that game's going to be moved. They're not going to play next year. They're going to move it to, I think,
2032.
I don't know. I'd play them next year. They just lost their coach.
Both schools agreed to do this. Yeah, that's one of the reasons they wanted to do it. But Alabama now will play Chattanooga.
There we go, baby. I like that.
I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Texas, you should have played them. And then, Stark made a good point about that. They played the number one team in the country. They outgained them, but they lost. And that's come out of bite them in the butt.
Alabama outgained Oklahoma.
Alabama doesn't have a FCF on the 2026 schedule yet. They will get one. SEC's going to 9 conference games. I'm in with Alabama. Do what you got to do to protect yourself. Do not trust this committee. 2026, Alabama will play. Here's their schedule. Chattanooga. They're going to play FSU on September 19th at Alabama.
That's an early game, isn't it?
They've got September 5th. They got East Carolina. Florida State, Chattanooga. Auburn is at home. Georgia's at home. Texas A&M's at home. South Carolina's at home. At Tennessee. At Mississippi State. At LSU. At Vandy. At Kentucky. Wow. And in the future, you got a home and home with Ohio State and Notre Dame. So we'll see. I don't see those games being played. I think something will be changed. Maybe Ohio State, you keep that one. I'm not sure. Now, we used to go nuts over National Sign Day. We're not even talking about it. This used to be like a holiday. We're not even talking about it. Alabama holds 23 commitments right now. And this day, if they sign today, then everything they think's going to happen happens. 7 of those players are from the state of Georgia. The number 1 player from Georgia, the number 3 prospect from the state of Georgia. So 5 are from the state of Alabama. The number 2, the number 3, and number 4 highest rated players in the state of Alabama committed to Alabama. Number 1 prospect for Nebraska and Illinois are also in this class. They got 12 different states that they've got people committed to them. We'll know later today if all these guys do sign. And even if they do sign with you, it really, what's it mean anymore?
Rob wants to talk to you.
We see everybody transferring in, transferring out. It doesn't really matter. Yeah. But I'm going to go back to these playoffs. I think it's BS. We're supposed to have the best teams playing for the championship. We got James Madison's going to probably be in there. I don't want to hear it. They got James Madison in there. They're not the 12 best teams.
Means something different to everybody.
They're not the 12 best teams in the country. It's supposed to be about the best teams in college football playing one another. It's not. It's not that. You got 2 Cinderella teams to get in there. They have no chance to win it, in my opinion. I thought it was about playing the best. Let's bring him on right. He's talking about the best. We got the best right now. What's up, Rob?
Good morning, fellas. How y'all doing this morning?
Doing great. Better.
A quick thing is that you have to look at the conference championship games really as the first step of the playoffs, because you got 1 and 2 playing. And some of you got 3 and 4 playing each other, and I've said all along, there's no sense in having 12 teams. And then all these other people say, oh, yeah, but basketball's got 64. They can compete. Yeah, but you got 5 guys that play 2 games, every 4 days. They play a tournament, then they're off a week. It isn't like you're going out there getting in a major car wreck, and then you can play the next night. That's not going to happen.
It's all about money.
Well, and I got that. It's all about money, but, I've always said the conference championships should be linked in part of the classified or figured at that it's a playoff. And if you get beat, because you're playing for the next week to get a bye, correct? The winner of the conference championships get a bye the next week. So that's how it should be. It should be sold that way, and everybody would be a whole lot happier now. The ACC this year is terrible because you got a team that's lost, 4 games that's playing in it?
Right.
I got that. Duke, if they win, they don't even have a chance shouldn't even make the playoff. But, you got to figure it out. The conference championships need to be linked to the playoff, and then that would give you something.
Got to figure out a way to do exactly what the NFL's doing. They know what they're doing. We just got to figure out how they do it and do it.
You can't do that because then 50% of the teams would make the playoff.
That's what I'm saying. You got to go. I don't know what the answer is. I really don't.
The other thing that's interesting here, Rob, is if you look at this, let's say Ohio State's 1 and Indiana's 2. Let's say the loser of that game drops to 4 and the winner's 1. Right now, the way it stands, and I know things will change, right now the way it stands, Ohio State as a 1 would play the winner of Oklahoma and Alabama. and whoever is the 4 would play the winner of Oregon and Tulane. Now, which would you prefer? I'd prefer to be the 4.
Yeah, you're right. That's a good point.
You're right. I mean, but, it's kind of set up to where you either got to do away with the conference championship.
Yeah, I think you do.
And then, and go into what all the other smaller leagues do, well, they only play 10 games. So that's not going to work either, So it's really, I just don't think we need to say, okay, we're going to have a set 12 teams and we're going to give these people that really don't have a prayer to get in it. Okay? If you want to just do it with the big conferences that really have a chance, make the conference championship part of it, and make it lumped into, your way in. But
Rob,
it's got to be sold that way.
We got to take a break. You want to hold on? You got to go.
I can. I got an appointment here in about 3 minutes. So.
All right, buddy. Thank you, man.
Anyway,
I appreciate
y'all
you
have
calling.
a great day.
Okay.
Y'all have a great day.
Thank you, sir.
Talk to y'all later.
All right, Alabama Update's been brought to you by Stevenson Air Conditioning. They always number one, not even close. Pat Perno, City Commissioner, Lynn Haven. You want a great meal today? Get out to Beef Braised in Lynn Haven. 10 wings inside for $9.99. You can't beat that. TVs everywhere. Great place to watch all these conference championship games, NFL, Beef Braised, Lynn Haven. Now, we're going to be at the Cajun Place, 11 o'clock Saturday morning. Cannot wait to watch all the big ball games. 3 o'clock, Alabama, Georgia, right here in ESPN Northwest Florida. Then the big one that night, Indiana, Ohio State. We'll probably go back there for the Cajun Place for that one also. 10 wings inside. The wings are 50 cents a piece. We usually get 10, $5. Phil Cobb's bill was $5. He drank everybody else's tea, but he ate the wings. Got away with a pretty good deal. You can't beat it. TVs everywhere. Wear your school colors. Come have a great time at the Cajun Place and tell them Coach sent you. Dr. Ward, you already heard him today at 7:30. You hear him every Wednesday at 7:30. Skin cancer can be deadly. All it takes is 5 minutes. Offices throughout the Panhandle of Florida. Don't put it off. Go see Dr. Ward. We'll be right back. We're going to talk about FSU when we get back and a little bit about Auburn because we got the great Mark McLeod coming up. Come in with Auburn, go out with FSU. Be right back.
Keep the game going with ESPN Northwest Florida. Just because you get out of the car doesn't mean the Sports Talk and Line play-by-play have to end. Just say, hey, Alexa, open ESPN Northwest Florida. From Michigan Avenue to the man cave, from the car to the kitchen, we've got you covered. Keep the game going. Hey, Alexa, open ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Joanna with your weather forecast from ESPN Northwest Florida on this Wednesday. Partly cloudy this afternoon and evening with a wind around 7 miles per hour coming out of the north and a high of 58. Tonight, look for a light wind and partly cloudy skies with a temperature near 48. Tomorrow, a high around 58 and light sprinkles. Friday, quite warm with a high of 69 and light sprinkles. This weather forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for keeping that dial at ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Golf is a game that should be fun, but to have the most fun, you need to play your best. That's where the experts at Golf Plus come in. Their friendly staff will guide you through the buying process, answer all your questions, and can help with any repairs you need along the way. Golf Plus is your custom fitting, club repair, and golf retail shop. Golf Plus staff is non-commissioned and will work with you to find the best product for your game, just like they've been doing since 1988. Golf Plus in Panama City Beach. Fitting, repair, retail. That's Golf Plus.
Are you looking for a place to take a leak? Do you have a truck, tractor, or other hydraulic equipment leaking or not performing as it should? At Reliable Hydraulic Solutions, we can get you back to work. Do you have a busted or leaking hose? Hydraulic cylinder or pump needing repair? If competitive pricing and a quick turnaround are what matter to your business, come see us at Reliable Hydraulic Solutions, or you can give us a call at 850-326-3000. Reliable Hydraulic Solutions, 6840 Highway 77 in Southport, the best place in town to take a leak.
Want to know the inside scoop on your favorite teams? From the gridiron to the hardwood to the diamond. For comprehensive sports coverage, it's ESPN Northwest Florida. Now back to the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michael Studio.
coach, man. I'm telling you what, they missed out on Tulane's John Summerall, but they got Golish. He's good. I've watched that guy coach.
Right.
We got to watch him because he played Alabama in Tuscaloosa. They gave him all they wanted. They probably could have, would have, should have won the game down in South Florida.
Yeah, I think Saban was trying to prove a point there, though, when he played the other quarterback.
He might have been.
I
But
really
tell you
do.
what, Tulane, I like his offense. I like the way it's spread across the field.
Oh, yeah.
I think if you're Auburn, you're in pretty good shape. He went 23-15 in 3 years, 9-3 this past year. Hey, you came out smelling like a rose. I think Auburn knocked a home run. Of course, we always say this after they hire somebody. Hopefully, it comes true for Auburn.
Well, yeah, but see, he went into USF and they were like 1-9 or 1-10, and he turned that around.
I think it's a fantastic hire, but there's something going on there I don't like, based on things I'm hearing. And you take this with a grain of salt, but I like DJ Durkin. I think he's a phenomenal defensive coordinator.
He's keeping him, right?
Number one. Anytime the scenario is a guy wants the job and doesn't get it and stays on staff, it never ends well. No matter how well-intentioned everybody is. I think that's something to worry about. And number two, one of the things I heard when they were talking to Summerall that Summerall did not like at Auburn was that the Auburn people were telling him you got to retain DJ Durkin. And it wasn't that Summerall doesn't like Durkin, but he wants to control who his people and all like that
was
are
one
going
of
to
the
be.
things he
Remember,
said.
Auburn is the place where some of the boosters lined up behind Kevin Steele and caused a whole lot of problems a couple of years back with Malzahn. I'm a little worried about this element of it, even though I think Golish is a good coach.
Yeah, we talked about it yesterday, and we said when you go in, you bring your own people. And we exactly what you pointed out. We said that. Said, I'd let him go.
It's only natural. As soon as things start going a little bit rough, you're like, God,
Well, you
should have
don't want
gone
the-
with me.
You don't want the players looking.
But here's the- Right.
I'm with you. But it's going to help him recruit him because he's been recruiting the same.
You got to go over to
Retains
Abbey. You got to
roster.
go to Abbeville and shut that plant down so that Yellowwood won't get involved.
All right, let's jump. We'll get with Auburn tomorrow. We got
But
Andy
he
Bertram.
is a good coach. I agree with
Oh,
that.
yeah.
We got Andy Bertram tomorrow at 8:15. We can find everything we need to know. What is going on with the FSU? They fired the coach yet?
No, I sent him $1.50 hoping that would help, but no, it didn't. And men's basketball, they have the SEC, ACC challenge, and FSU played Georgia last night, and Georgia was 7-1. Now they're 8-1, 107-73. So they kind of put it on them. So that makes Florida State 5-3, and they will host Houston on Saturday night. And the good thing about this, though, is Alex Steen from Arnold. He is averaging 9.4 points a game. He's 7.4 rebounds a game, which leads the team. And he has 1.5 blocks and field goal percentage 59 and 72% and free throws. Congratulations to him, doing a great job. In the women's, they will play Georgia tonight in that at 4:30 at the Tucker Center. That's that SEC everything. In women's soccer, they are in the Challenge Cup. They're the top four teams. It's FSU, Duke, Stanford, and TCU. It will be played the 5th, which is Friday through Sunday at Kansas City, Missouri. And the final game will be on Monday night on ESPNU. And FSU, this is their 5th time out of 6 years to be in the College Cup. This is Stanford's 3rd straight time. It's the first time for TCU and Duke. This is their 2nd straight time. So those are the people that have been there a while. So it should be really good to watch them play. On Friday, the first game, it starts at 6. It'll be TCU versus FSU, and then Duke and Stanford play at 8:45. So that's going on there. In football, Deuce Robinson, the wide receiver, and Luke Pettibon, the center. They are first team all ACC. And then Earl Little, which is safety linebacker, his 2nd team. Honorable mention is tight end Randy Pittman from Mosley. Offensive guard Richard Leonard, defensive tackle Daryl Jackson, defensive line Mandrell Desur, and then cornerback Jerry Wilson. Those are the ones that made the all ACC team in football.
Barbara Mandrell.
Yeah, Barbara Mandrell, yeah. But also now, FSU was the 9th most watched team in the United States. And they played Bama. That was 10.7 million people watched that game. And also when they played Miami, 6 million. So that was congratulations to them. And Bama always draws a big audience, so congratulations to us for actually winning a game there. Who knows? All right, they had a little, it came actually out of the Birmingham News yesterday, but it was picked up by this writer on Tomahawk Nation. I thought this was a great name for a writer, Tim Scribble.
Tim Scribble?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
we got Michigan Eddie on the phone. Let's take this call. Good morning, sir.
Go with Traction. There's everyone. I'll tell you about the worst Thanksgiving weekend sports for Michigan, Detroit sports fans ever. And just saying. Just terrible. And I'll tell you one thing. If you got a kid that plays quarterback, you might want to rethink your thing is to have your kid go to Michigan, because the way they develop Bryce Underwood makes me sick. The development between Bryce Underwood and Julian Sand is night and day.
Yeah.
And you can't keep running the ball all the time, and you only threw 8 times. So congrats to the Buckeyes. You guys deserved it. But I'll tell you one thing, I'm pulling for Ole Miss to win it all. Just saying.
You talk about your quarterback play. I watched that game, and I was really impressed with Ohio State's offensive line pass protection. They're coached really well. They're big, huge. They do a great job protecting the quarterback. And we get on the quarterbacks all the time. I know I'm really hard on Alabama's quarterback, but when you get hit and get thrown around like that, none of us can play well when you get knocked on your butt like that. But I was really impressed with Ohio State's offensive line. They do a great job protecting the quarterback. You there?
Eddie.
You there?
Yeah. Waiting for a response.
Yo, you guys went silent there.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So
That must have been blissful.
How you feeling, buddy? You doing okay?
The whole family's sick.
Uh-oh.
They worked from home last night and yesterday, so now I'm going to work. Just dropped that day off and all that. So, and now I'm heading to work, and Deanna's sick and all that. So it's all good. How you guys doing? You guys had a great Thanksgiving?
We are doing outstanding. We hate to do it, man. We got to take a break. We got Mark McLeod coming on here in a minute, but call us tomorrow, okay?
Yeah, I got to say something. Hope this letter from Louisiana is better for Florida than the last one. Just saying. Anyway, I'm out. See ya.
All right, thank you. Glenn, that was an unbelievable update. I'm glad we interrupted you.
It's all right.
You want to finish it real quick?
No, Sky. No. They wrote an article on what coaches should stay and what coaches should go. And so
what did they say about Norvell?
They said, well, you know what that is, but
held him out the door.
Yeah, they would, but why don't he just pay himself off out of his money and then he can go?
I don't think he's going to do that.
No, so.
All right, let's take a break. We get back at the Mark McLeod. I tell you what, you want that yard liquor golf course? Patrick can make it happen. Listen to Patrick every Monday right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. You'll be glad you did. The guy's incredible. Locals taking care of locals down the Panhandle, Florida. Vandy Roofing, looking for a roof? Call Kyle. Listen to Kyle every Friday right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. You talking about local? There's no more local than this. Steve Bertishaw's been in business since 1979. He is a great swim coach at Mosley High School. These electrical bikes are taking over the world. They got a large selection of new and used electrical bikes. Steve's Bike Shop's on 23rd Street, right across the street from Sam's. Go check it out. 22 days to Christmas. And we'll be right back. Mark McLeod.
Florida State, Florida State, Florida State.
Woo! Get out to newbies.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
The Sports Blitz.
If Mike Norvell doesn't do what he's supposed to do and win football games, are we going to see them finally pull the plug on Mike Norvell and bring good old Brian Kelly to Tallahassee and let him try his luck against the ACC?
The Sports Blitz.
Live and local, weekdays 4 to 6.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
When it comes to backyard dreams, trust the name that's been making waves for over 65 years. Cox Pools. Serving the entire Florida Panhandle, Cox Pools brings experience, innovation, and quality to every custom pool design. From luxurious spas to resort-style pools, no vision is too big. Make your backyard the place to be with Cox Pools. Cox Pools, 65 years strong and still making a splash. Visit coxpools.com or call 850-235-7957. 7.
It's the end of the year and the perfect time to unwrap big savings on a brand new 2025 Kia from Bill Bird Kia. Ready for adventure? Well, drive into the holidays in an award-winning Kia SUV line like the Soul, Seltos, Sportage, Sorento, or the bold Telluride. If you want luxury and performance, slide into the sleek 2025 Kia K4 or K5 sedan, always designed to thrill. And going electric this year? Spark inspiration with the all-electric 2025 EV6 long-range, fast-charging, and electrifying style. At Bill Bird Kia, you'll get comfort, safety, and technology all wrapped into one perfect package. And don't forget, we're the original home of the 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. Stop by and see us at 2435 East 15th Street in Panama City or online anytime at BillBirdKiaPanamaCity.com. We'll treat you like family and give you the peace of mind you can trust. Bill Bird Kia, your local community dealer. Love your ride this holiday season. The 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty is a Bill Bird Kia warranty.
Do you know who I am?
If he was the last person on Earth,
Kind of a big deal.
mankind would still have a chance.
We may have to repopulate the Earth.
Now back to the Coach James Hale Show.
I'm very important.
Live from the J. Michael Studio on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Go Gators! Not a Gator, you're a Gator hater. We're waiting on Mark McLeod. We're waiting on Mark. Let's bring Coach Brian in. Let's bring Coach
What do you say,
Brian.
Coach?
Is to beat someone. We did a lot of things well at times, but real proud of. I haven't jotted down here, Charlie. You've probably been in the paper. But first of all, defensively, we threw for 48 yards of losses on passes. Offensively, we had 10 out of 18 third down plays that we made good, and 3 of them were for over 20 yards.
Calm down, Coach.
We had 3 out of 8. And then possession, we had the ball 37.06 minutes, and they have it 22:54. We had 83 plays. We put the ball in play 83 times. I forgot.
Coach Bryant, we're going to have to interrupt you for a second. That was the legendary Paul Bear Bryant. We're trying to get some...
Did you see this?
Tell us.
Vandy Flip, granted, nobody signed yet. A 5-star quarterback from Georgia.
I saw that, yeah.
That's got to be one of Vandy's, if not their only, one of the very few 5-stars they've ever, wow. Good for them.
Yeah.
Of course, he hadn't signed yet.
Wildcat's trying to...
And he is from Nashville.
Go help Wildcat. Please go. No, we're trying to get Mark McLeod on the line with us.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that is pretty. You don't hear about that every day. Let me ask you, what do you guys think? Who's the most happiest fan base? Arkansas? I heard they
are not
upset.
They are not. Yeah.
Memphis might be the happiest fan base.
Kentucky should be happy. Auburn fans, I think, are really happy. Florida fans, I don't care what they say. They think it's mixed. I think they will be happy when everything's done. LSU, are they the big winner?
There are some. I think they're happy. But there are some people worried that the one thing Lane hasn't shown yet is that ability to win the big game, and that's the last thing they're missing. I think he's a good fit for them, but I'll be honest with you, based on what I'm seeing, Auburn seems to be the happiest.
Yeah, they should be.
Yeah. If you really want to go down the line, Colorado State's the happiest.
Yeah.
And picking up Morrow is a big get for them.
Absolutely.
Where did the North Texas coach go to? I forgot.
Oh, God, you would ask me that. I'll have to look.
He didn't go to Memphis, did he?
No. And the funny thing is, the Memphis people were like, Silverfield was about to be on the hot seat. It was...
Tell you what, Michigan State got themselves a good ball coach. They should be really hard.
Where's Eric Morris going? Oklahoma State. That's right.
Oklahoma State. I couldn't believe it.
UCLA is going to pick up James Madison's coach, it looks like, too. Chesney. The group of 5 head coaches absolutely decimated.
What's going on with Penn State?
So we talked about this Monday afternoon in that it was weird that you haven't heard anything. You almost thought, because the fans aren't like hair on fire, maybe they've got an NFL guy in mind or something like that, because that would make sense for having to wait. But then all of a sudden yesterday you hear all this talk about the BYU coach, and then now that looks like that's done. I still think they have their eyes in the NFL somewhere, because there's no way people wouldn't be running around with their hair on fire right now that you haven't heard anything out of Penn State. But I don't know. That's a weird one.
Now, this was before the playoff committee, odds to make the playoffs. Notre Dame was minus 400. Virginia minus 150. North Texas minus 150. Tulane plus 125. James Madison plus 130. BYU plus 375. Miami plus 600. Duke plus 2,500. And UNLV. Why do they have them there? I have no plus 5,000.
There's a scenario. I think it requires Duke winning and James Madison losing to where UNLV, if they won their conference, could slide in that James Madison role. But they need a lot of help.
The AP poll and the coaches poll were out. How did they match up with the well, it doesn't matter. Who cares? Because it's what
Sunday night. Yeah, Sunday night's going to matter.
You know what we hadn't talked about on the air? How about LSU allowing Weiss, and more importantly, Ole Miss allowing Charlie Weiss Jr. will be coaching in the playoffs as offensive coordinator.
That was Lane's decision, I think, and he did a good job.
Well, Ole Miss would have to sign off on it, too, and their whole point about Lane was they don't want someone at a conference rival being able to recruit. Charlie Weiss Jr. could do the same thing.
Yeah. Here's the rundown. If you haven't heard the playoff committee's selections, James Madison's 25th. Who is you? North Texas is 24. Iowa's 23rd. Georgia Tech is 22. 21 is Houston. 20 is Tulane. 19th is Michigan. 18th is Arizona. They've had a good year. 17th. Who is 17th? University of Virginia?
Probably UVA.
Yeah. 16th, South Carolina. No, I'm sorry, USC. 15th, Utah. 14th, Vandy. 13th, Texas. 12 is Miami. 11 is BYU. Number 10, Alabama. Number 10 is Notre Dame. Number 9, Alabama. Oklahoma's number 8. Texas A&M 7th. Ole Miss is 6th. Oregon jumped them. Oregon's 5th. 4th is Texas Tech. 3rd is Georgia. 2nd is Indiana. And number 1 is Ohio State. We got the great Mark McLeod. Good morning, Mark. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, good morning. How are you doing?
Did you have a great Thanksgiving?
I did. We had a wonderful Thanksgiving. A lot of food, a lot of fun. It was good.
Good.
We appreciate you taking a break from Egg and Scott Strickland's house to talk to us.
Well, the defibrillator would be good for you guys and for Coach James Hale, since their quarterback decommitted and went to Vandy. I would imagine you guys have had to pull that out a couple times.
Maybe.
Just talked about it.
I think I always say it doesn't happen to you, it happens for you. This is probably going to wind up being a good thing for Florida. Summerall's a defensive-minded guy, so they're going to be a tough physical football team. The key is, like we talked to Billy Napier, who are you hearing as the offensive coordinator? I think that's the biggest hire he's going to make. Who's going to call the offense?
Yeah, with all the jobs out there, it's really been difficult to try and pin anything down. Look at the defensive coordinator. I mean, Blake Baker stayed at LSU. That was the big name rumored. There were several of us who cover Florida who said the one name we're hearing is Blake Baker. So, LSU tried and were successfully able to pin him down and keep him there. DJ Durkin was another name that was mentioned, but Auburn was able to keep him there. So, yeah, it's been real difficult to figure out. My pick, selfishly, Cade Bell from Pitt. I mean, the job he has done even the past 2 years, guys, with a redshirt freshman quarterback who had never started and what Eli was able to do last year for him. And then this year, Heitzelman, good gracious, you got to be kidding me. That kid was a true freshman, and he played very well despite all the injuries they had. And they had a ton of injuries on the defensive side of the ball, but they lost a running back and they lost a few key people on the offensive side of the ball too. And what happened? Pitt led the ACC in scoring offense. I mean, you got to be kidding me. So that would be my pick. I would love to see Cade Bell come back home. Of course, he's the son of legendary Florida quarterback Kerwin Bell. I would love to see that. But, Buster Faulkner at Georgia Tech, I've heard that name for over a week now, that there's a strong possibility that would be a guy that Summerall would go after. And honestly, guys, after that, there are probably 3 or 4 other names that are on the board that we really, everybody's just trying to chase it down.
Have you watched Georgia Tech? You think people will be happy with that offensive scheme in Gainesville?
I don't know. And then how would it change under Summerall. What would he want him to do?
Yeah.
I thought the same thing, Coach. Whenever I first heard that name come up, it was like, well, that kind of surprises me a little bit.
Yeah,
But,
that doesn't excite me. I mean, that's just me. Just my opinion. That doesn't turn me on very much.
Yeah, but not knowing as much about Summerall. I know a lot more about him now. He's a Huntsville, Alabama boy. I called my radio contacts and media contacts up there, and we've been texting back and forth for, ever since the rumor was out several days ago. And when it appeared that Kiffin was off the sheet for Florida, and Florida had moved on, I'm very impressed with this guy. I really am. And some of the stuff the local Huntsville guys gave me, Huntsville, Florence, and that area up there was very, very interesting about him. And I'm on board. I'm very excited about it and happy. Well, let's see what happens.
What about the rest of the Gator Nation? You look at the board, the Swamp Board, the 24 Messages Board, you see all that stuff. You think, well, they'll get everybody united. A lot of former players were there, former coaches were there, trying to get everything pumped up about him. But let me before you answer that question, I'll ask this. I loved his interview. I loved the way he talked about his family, his wife, his kids. His press conference a little bit different than some of them. I loved what he said. He's got a lot of confidence in himself. He's a defensive-minded, hardcore guy. I like that. If he gets a good offensive coordinator, I think it's a home run hit. Of course, I say that about all the new hires. I always try to play the positive up. But Auburn wanted him. Auburn didn't get him. He wanted to go to Florida over Auburn. He had the opportunity to pick either one of those schools. He picked Florida. But what did you think about his interview? How did you like it?
I liked it. And again, you want to win the room with that first interview. Always important. But I thought it was a cross between Urban Meyer and Will Muschamp. When I thinking back on both of those interviews, when I sat in the room listening to them, that's what I came away with as I listened to Summerall. I really thought, the energy was there, the passion was there. We're going to win. That was evident. You didn't get as much of that with the McElwain. You got a little bit of the folksy humor stuff with Jim McElwain and his. But I thought Summerall did a great job. I really do. And again, it was a bad take when all the rumors started coming out that, okay, they moved away from Kiffin. It's the guy they're targeting now, Summerall. That was a bad take because you had the Gator Nation. It was a meltdown on social media. But having Urban Meyer and understanding that Urban Meyer was the one calling him and really talking to him about Florida through the week and before he committed to come to Gainesville, and guys like Steve Spurrier talking about him after he's spoken to Summerall, Danny Werfel, Brandon Spikes, Larry Kennedy, old quarterback from down in your neck of the woods where you used to coach. Mm-hmm. All these guys have come up and they said, hey, I love what I'm seeing. I love what I'm hearing. We've talked to this guy. This guy's fantastic. I'm on board, and you're seeing that across the board with a lot of the former Florida players now.
Hey, Mark, we got to take a real quick break. We won't do any commercials. Let's just take the break, get back with Mark. You're listening to 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Colin Cowherd. Getting the right coach does not guarantee Super Bowls. Most reasonable people understand that. But it does guarantee an identity. The Patriots have one, the Bears have one, the Jags have one. It guarantees you'll get the most out of your roster.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd.
Weekdays at 1.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Joanna with your weather forecast from ESPN Northwest Florida on this Wednesday. Partly cloudy this afternoon and evening with a wind around 7 miles per hour coming out of the north and a high of 58. Tonight, look for a light wind and partly cloudy skies with a temperature near 48. Tomorrow, a high around 58 and light sprinkles. Friday, quite warm with a high of 69 and light sprinkles. This weather forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for keeping that dial at ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Hewitt Tire and Auto has been in business in Panama City forever. Locals taking care of locals. From the smallest to the largest vehicles, they do it all. But don't take my word for it. Listen to the experts.
Hewitt Tire and Auto, your certified AAA service center and hometown towing. Visit them online at HewittTire.com on Airport Road in Panama City. 850-769-7323. Hewitt Tire and Auto Center and hometown towing.
CBC Construction is looking for a few good men. At CBC Construction, our greatest strength lies within our talented team. Join us and be a part of a dynamic company that values its people. We offer a tremendous opportunity to create a future for your family and the Florida Panhandle. CBC Construction is now hiring. Call us at 850-740-3815 or visit cbcconstruction.com to learn more. CBC Construction. Be part of a winning team.
I don't always talk to Alabama fans, but when I do, I ask for large fries. Now back to the Coach James Hale Show on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
When you got 90,000 people all chomping at the same time.
It's the Florida Gator Update with guest Mark McLeod. Insider information you can't get anywhere else. Now back to the Coach James Hale Show. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Welcome back. We're talking to Mark McLeod. Everything you know about the Florida Gators. We keep talking about what a great defensive coach they've hired, great head football coach they've hired. We're all kind of worried about who the offense coordinator is going to be. One good thing I do like about what he did at Tulane, I think his offense averaged around 230 yards passing since he's been there, which is a good thing. If the Gators can average 230 yards passing and can also have some balanced offense, I think you're going to see some great things down in Gainesville, Florida. Mark, go ahead and continue what you were talking about.
What was I talking about?
Hey, welcome to my world, Mark.
Hey, I got one question.
Don't worry, Hale doesn't remember either.
That's right. I got one question, though. Who's the only NFL player to ever play for Lombardi and Shula? There's only one.
Steve Spurrier.
No.
Lombardi and Shula.
Lombardi and Shula?
Mm-hmm. He played at Alabama.
Bart Starr.
No.
Joe Namath.
No.
Bear Bryant.
Bill Curry.
Bill Curry.
Bill Curry.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's right.
He's the only one. That's the only one.
We played with Shula with the Colts. That's what I kept thinking Dolphins.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah.
All right, Mark, let's get back to the Florida situation. What did you think, though? I think Florida knocked a home run. I do. I think he's a good coach. Like I said, Auburn wanted him. I like that they hired a defensive guy. Pat Dye was a defensive guy. Saban's a defensive guy. Go hire yourself a great offensive coordinator. Yeah. Vince Lombardi. Go hire a great offensive coordinator. Great things can happen. I mean, hell, it's Florida. How long has it been since Florida's been good? How many years has it been now?
3.
I'm talking about good. I'm talking about good, though.
They had one really good year under Dan Mullen, and what was 19, and then what was it, 2012 under Will Muschamp, where the only regular season loss was to Georgia. Otherwise, they'd have been playing possibly for a national championship. But yeah, outside of that, it's been bleak, and yet the fans base, the ones that get me, and you have these arguments every time someone is fired, and it's been a lot in Gainesville, but. No, we have to hire an offensive guy. We have to. No, you don't. And I sit there and I go through the same argument with these people all the time. Nick Saban, Bobby Bowden, Don Shula, the names we mentioned before. Urban Meyer was a defensive back in college and coached defense for most of his time in college. I mean, we could go on and on. They just need a good defensive guy. You can hire a good offensive guy, and you'll be fine. And then you get the arguments. I go, okay, yeah, I guess Bob Stoops had no offense at Oklahoma. You're right. and you just sit there and you want to shake your head at these people and go, no, you have to hire a good head coach. Mm-hmm. That's what you need.
Right.
And that's all it takes. And look at all the offense at Florida State under Bobby Bowden, and it just blows your mind when you hear stuff like that. But you're right, Coach. He has to get the offensive coordinator position right, maybe he'll bring his own guy, Craddock. Who knows?
Let me ask you this. This is, I always want to know this. Who's going to be the strength coach?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we don't know that.
He may bring how many people can he bring, I wonder?
He can do whatever he wants, I imagine.
To that point, about going and hiring the best head coach and having a long-term vision and really doing a thorough search and all that, the current nature of everything really doesn't lend to that. If you look at Ole Miss, and I'm not here to bang on Pete Golding, but Ole Miss made that decision defensively. They're thinking about next year, not losing their roster. They're not thinking about where we're going to be in 5 years. They're not thinking, because Pete Golding would never have been on that thing. And you're seeing that more. And I think it's why Auburn's keeping Durkin and all that. I think a lot of these athletic directors are being, quote, forced into short-term decisions that don't necessarily play out well long-term and can really put a program in jeopardy if they don't make the right hire.
Yeah.
Right. And for weeks, guys, we've been talking about the situation that sits in college football right now that upsets everybody, that we're going to have to start dismissing these coaches earlier and earlier. It's going to have to be done during the season. We've debated this back and forth. Barnhart at Kentucky was the last to get on the board when he removed Mark Stoops. But goodness gracious. Kentucky, the meltdown. We could have had Summerall. He could have been back. He would have. It was comical reading some of the comments. And now they're ready to get rid of their AD, and of course, many Florida fans are ready to get rid of Strickland. And look, that should have happened last year. We talked about that. I thought they should have fired Strickland, and then you'd have seen the domino effect with Napier and what have you. But that didn't happen. But Lane Kiffin. I was all on board with Kiffin, as you guys know, but the longer this stretched out, the last few days, last week, I guess, the more I started questioning. This is becoming he's a major diva still. Yes, he's changed and he's matured in some ways, but I just started to come to the conclusion that, oh my gosh, this may be the best thing to happen for Florida, is to get a guy like Summerall who's more stable, who's here. Look, LSU will have success under Kiffin. I have no doubt about that. But you'll avoid a lot of the drama, I think, when you get a guy like Summerall running the Florida program. And he has already said, like some Florida coaches in the past did not embrace the former Florida players. They just didn't. But he has said he will. And you saw that a bit with Mullen. You've seen that a bit with Napier. But he said I will embrace the Florida. I can't wait to sit down the hall from Steve Spurrier. I can't pick his brain. I can't wait to talk to Urban Meyer more often about Florida and the Florida culture and some of his former players and how they can help our program. So it's been a good thing.
You talking about Lane Kiffin? If Alabama called him today, he'd leave LSU today.
He would.
Yeah.
He would.
Yeah. That's why I think that's why he held out so long. He's going to see what the Iron Bowl was, but who knows? I think Brian brought it up, though. I think the villain in all this is Jimmy Sexton.
Yeah.
I mean, because he's out there giving rumors and doing all this.
I just think he's doing his job.
He is doing his job. I think the thing that puts him
he does a good job.
Well,
too.
it puts Jimmy in a rough light, and there's other things. International soccer has this too, where one guy has such a monopoly on so many of the head coaches. That's the part that makes it difficult.
Well, they got to break him up. They broke up Montbell. I mean, come on.
Well, the interesting thing, guys, Summerall's not a Sexton.
That's right.
Yeah.
In fact,
Auburn's not either.
Yeah. When you went down and got down to the last three guys, really, that were named for Florida, none of them were Sexton clients, which I thought was very interesting.
Mark, college football is so cyclical in the way that it does things and all that, but it was amazing to watch this year, not just how quickly all these things got hired, but it seems like almost all of them were G5 head coaches. None of the big school, other than Stein coming out of Oregon, big school offensive or defensive coordinators seemed to be even up for these jobs. Was that surprising to you, or is that just the new cycle of where we are for a couple of years?
Yeah, I think that's the cycle.
Yeah.
And I go back because you look at Go back to when Florida hired Zook, and never been a head coach. Florida hires Muschamp, never been a head coach. And I think being here covering Florida, maybe I'm a little guarded, but you have to hire someone who's been in the head seat.
Mark, I want to ask before we get you off today. If Alabama does not make it, they lose a close game to Georgia. What's the SEC commissioner going to do, and why do we play these championship games if they penalize the team and don't let them in?
Exactly. Alabama has to be in now, no matter what. I mean, look at the schedule they played. Goodness gracious. They had 4 consecutive weeks where they played top 25 opponents, and they beat every one of them. Look, it's not a great offensive look. The run game's a mess. They've got some other issues here and there. Simpson has been a little hit or miss lately, but yeah, Alabama has to be in there.
Who wins the game, Georgia or Florida? Georgia or Alabama?
I think Georgia finally gets it done. Alabama's beaten up, and that Georgia fourth quarter, they don't allow anybody to score.
Roll Tide. See you later.
It's going to be low tide.
We're out. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
For college football. ESPN Northwest Florida.
This Saturday, live from Atlanta, it's the SEC Championship with the Georgia Bulldogs.
75 yards.
And the Alabama Crimson Tide.
And Alabama survives.
Coverage starts at 2, kickoff at 2:30 on your